All right, so we have the how do you pronounce your name? Pixie Trades.
Yeah, Pixie Trades.
Okay, cool. So we got Pixie Trades here, and this will be going. I don't know if you see my second channel. This will be going on my second channel. I'm doing like interviews on it, and again, probably will get 1,000, 2,000 views, give or take. But his name is exactly what it is in Discord. So if you want to ask him questions, just feel free. Now you are not a paid member of my community,
I
right?
am not. No, I learned from your YouTube videos.
Okay, cool. So this is the first non-paid member, which is kind of cool because I'm trying to get non-paid members. Every single person I've interviewed so far has been a non-paid or has been a paid member. So how long have you been trading?
So I started trading late February of this year. So I don't know if you're familiar with Prize Picks, but I used to run a Discord where I used to send out picks and people would pay me monthly, kind of like what you do.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and then it got banned in Florida, so I decided to start trading because I tried drop shipping as well, and it just really wasn't for me because I had to like have a product go viral. I started by watching Scarface trades, so the break
okay,
and
I know who that is.
retest and all
Yeah,
that. And to be honest, I was just so confused on market structure because obviously I was fairly new at the time, and I had like
yeah,
20 indicators on my screen, like that time that you posted the meme, if you own
yeah,
the prop firm. Um, so
yeah,
then I started looking and Lewis trades popped up with the inverse fair value gap, and I started looking at him, but he explained it kind of weird. And then I saw you pop up on my YouTube, so I started watching you, and I just started going over like all your A plus models, and then the tweets that you would put of the top five inversion setups from this week. And pretty much
yeah,
I just kind of the main thing that helped me was the PDF that I downloaded from you of how to
yeah,
rate your inversion setups. And I was like, all right,
yeah,
we get a nice sweep of a lower or a high, good
yep,
reaction, singular fair value gap on either like on any time frame from 1 through 5. I'll take it
yep,
if it has good momentum, target a high, stops to break even, and all that.
yep. Okay. So for anyone who doesn't know what he's talking about, basically he's talking about my iFVG ratings guide. Probably the best PDF I made.
Mhm.
Here it is. I'll put a link in the description for every video, but it's super good. So now, have you seen any of my other PDFs at all?
I'll be honest, I have not. Because the thing is,
Okay.
I like to keep my thing very simple because I get very overcrowded in my own head. So I have to be the type of
Yeah.
person that I write everything down. So when I saw that
Yeah.
PDF, I started going through Forex replays and I got the week for like, I think it was like a free week or a free month because at
Yeah.
the time I didn't really have money like that in my bank account. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, let me get a free month or a free week, whatever it was, and let me back test it. And I'm not even gonna lie, I saw it fairly simple. So I kind of treat trading like a video game, if that makes sense, because I used to
No, I
stream
do.
and be bigger and all that.
Yeah. 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 I used to do. Yeah, I do the same thing, kind of.
Yeah.
But like,
And the thing
um,
is, recently, when I first started the iFVG, I would take any fair value gap that gets inverse. So that's why I
okay.
started like messing up with it. But once I saw your PDF of make sure we take out a lower or high with a good reaction off of a PD array
Okay.
and all that, that's when it really.
And what has your success been? Like, have you gotten payouts?
Yeah,
Like
so I
how?
don't have it set because I trade at my mom's office. So I don't
Yeah.
have anything here. This is all like this is in my room.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
have gotten around $20,000 ish in payouts. And
Okay.
I don't know if you know, but I got your 7 day week trial thing. And
Yeah.
I was a guy that posted in one of your streams, hey, I've been trading for like 5 months and I got my first payout on Top Step. And you had replied
Yeah.
to me that you wish you had what you're giving us to get a payout in
Yeah.
5 months. That was me.
The
You probably don't remember because you have thousands of students, but that was me.
dude. Yeah. If I could go back to when I started and followed something like myself, it would not have taken me 3 years to become profitable. I'm gonna be straight up. It took me 3 years to be profitable because I went from mentor to mentor to mentor. ICT never even taught publicly. No one knew who he was. Like it was just no one knew who he was. And yeah, we have everything so easy right now. The reason why people fail now is not because of the strategy. It's probably more because of psychology.
Yeah, psychology, in my opinion, since I've run Discords before now, and I don't think psychology was really the hard part. I think the hard part was over trading. And I know
Yeah,
you can tie that with psychology, but in my opinion, like for me personally, it wasn't due to psychology. It was just due to me thinking at the moment, since I was fairly new, that the more trades you take, the more money you make. When in reality, it's the opposite. You try to find that one solid trade, take it,
yeah.
win or loss, you're done.
And why do you think the one solid trade of the day? Why do you think it works and then like setups after fail?
Um, I mean, from my experience, for example, this week I've been fairly busy, so the only trade I took that was actually valid was the one setup for life, where we bounce off of a volume imbalance with a sweep of a low and an inverse.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But recently, I mean, I'll be honest, in September, I was pretty much at break even the whole month because price
Yeah.
action, in my opinion, wasn't really,
It
all
wasn't.
that.
Yeah, it wasn't amazing.
But I don't know, because usually once I take that first trade, it's realistically around like the macro time of like 9:50 to 10:10. After
Yep.
that, I'm like off the mark. Like I'm off the charts, whether I won or lost. So I couldn't really tell you why if they fail or not afterwards, because I'm already off by that time. Like I don't like taking
Okay.
on afterwards.
So what I say is that first solid setup is always has some sort of good expansion. Do you agree?
I agree.
So what happens after expansion?
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not good with the terms. If you want me to be
Okay.
completely honest, but I can show you my trades.
What happens after like a big move in the market usually?
We chop from
Yeah,
my experience.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
That's
there's
why what
no
I do, I have this indicator that shows me like the sessions. If we have a huge overnight move, I just go to paper trading or like something like that instantly. I don't
this
really
man knows what he's talking about.
yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
don't
Okay,
really
I like that. I like that. So you don't even try to mess with that.
Nah, I just I'm a when I tell you that I am a very patient trader, like I can go a full my first ever payout, I went a full 2.5 weeks without taking trades. Well, in the 3 weeks I took 5 trading days, one off five for the top step rules, and I got the payout. That was my first
Okay.
ever payout. I'm just
Okay.
not good with like the whole manipulation words and all that because I try to
Yeah,
keep it
yeah,
simple.
exactly. You're fine. And how did you find me? Did you watch ICT videos at all? How do you
I did
find
not.
me?
I originally, like I said, I found Trading Lewis or whatever his name is.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So that was one of
then
my oldest students.
yeah, and then since I saw that, I guess Instagram knowing or however the phones work, it saw inverse
Yeah.
fair value gaps on my searches,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
popped up, and then I got into a trading group chat with some of my buddies that graduated from high school with me, and they
Yep.
mentioned your name when I told them what I'm trying to learn. So then I just started looking you up on YouTube, and I practically just found you from there. So a mix of
Yeah.
Instagram and my friends, and then I just started binge watching. When I first started
Okay.
trading, I was staying up until like 2, 3 in the morning, and I'll be completely honest. I have a friend of mine, and he used to come over to my house so we can trade the break and retest, and we did not know when the market opened, so he would pull up to my house at like 6 in the morning EST to trade because we thought that that's when it opened. It was a disaster. It was a disaster. But looking back at it now,
That's
it's like
so
that's part of the
funny.
journey to get to where you are now.
That
So
is
I
part of
enjoy
the
it.
journey.
So I enjoy it.
I enjoyed it too, dude. I enjoyed it too. I used to do a bunch of dumb things. Yeah. I used to think the market opened at 9 o'clock myself. I didn't know
Yeah,
anything.
I didn't really know anything because to me it was so confusing. Because I got into trading because when I saw the candles, it reminded me of like video games and all that, and it looked really interesting to the
Yeah,
eye.
it's like a skill you want to master,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
just need internet and you can make money as long as you're obviously patient and all that. Because I feel like too many
Exactly.
people on Instagram overhype the fact that with a phone you can make money. Yes, that's true, but you also need to know what you're doing, and it takes time to practice it.
Exactly, exactly. Now, when you found like so when you joined my 7 day free trial, did you like get a lot of value out of it?
I did.
Or
I
what
personally did.
okay. Okay.
Originally, I got into it thinking that I've never been into like the whole signal bot or anything because me personally, I've never paid for anybody's membership. I'm just not the type of
Yeah.
guy to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
But what really truly helped me was the fact that you would randomly say like, "Oh, I find this an A setup," or "I find this an A plus setup,"
Yeah.
and since my entire childhood and all that, I've been very good at like linking things. I got your PDF, and I would record what you would put, like your streams and all that, so that way I can
Yeah.
watch them after, even if I wouldn't take a trade. And I'd be like, "Why did he call this an A plus?" And it matched every single time. Sweep of a low or a
Exactly.
high with a nice reaction, bouncing off of a fair
Yeah.
value gap. So then
Yeah,
I just matched it, and
exactly.
that's what I look for. That's literally it.
And now it's like ingrained. Like, would you say you know what like a light bulb setup is now?
I was thinking about this today. I don't even look for the setup. I just feel like when I'm looking at the chart, I just feel like the setup comes to me. Like you can just it's something in your head. It just like rings in
Exactly.
your head like, yo, that's A
Exactly.
plus. If I have to
Exactly.
look too
Yep.
hard and like try to find why it's A plus too hard, then it's not A plus. But if off the top of
Yep.
my head it's like, yeah, that's a solid setup, then it's A plus.
Exactly, dude. That's such a good answer. People are gonna love this interview. I'm
Yeah,
telling you
yeah.
right now. So yeah, so you found me off Instagram. Did you ever join Trading Loose's Discord at all?
I did once,
Yeah,
because he does the Monday free live streams. So I
yeah,
just
yeah,
joined for a Monday, and that was
yeah,
the first time I ever took a setup because he called a short, which was like it was like I don't even know, like a point 0.3 RR, so like terrible, but it ended up
yeah.
working, and that was actually the first time I held a trade to my actual profit target because
Really?
I mentally I would always close early.
I would too. Yeah, I
So I
used to
feel
have
like
that
this
problem.
this strategy and the whole my favorite part about it is that since I'm a very anxious person, the whole break even thing really gives me like it eases my mind. Because once I'm break
Exactly.
even, you can't lose. So why close early?
Exactly.
You're not gonna lose.
Exactly. And sometimes would you say sometimes like you get south of break even, then price really runs in the same direction and you get like would you say that happens to you sometimes where you
Or I
get
get
south
stop
of
break
break
even
even?
and then it goes to my target.
Yeah.
It has, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's better to be safe than sorry. Because what if I didn't move stops to break even, and it just completely railed me,
Yeah.
and now I'm like overthinking. Oh, I should have done that. So it's
Yeah.
like honestly, I don't get FOMO on that anymore. I just call it. It is
Okay.
what it is, really.
Okay. Okay. And so now you've done that so much. So my break even method, that's like really unique to me, and I really try to do a good job of teaching when I go to break even. I actually just made a new video for my private members. I haven't posted on my YouTube. Like just like times where I will go to break even, times where I wait a little bit, um, stuff like that. I'm not really super mechanical about it, but the way I teach it to new people, I'm pretty mechanical about it. But so obviously now that I've experienced, sometimes I'll have like higher conviction and equal highs, and maybe I'll wait a little bit to go to break even.
That's happened to me, yeah.
But yeah, it just comes with experience. I
And I'll
think
be
you would
honest,
agree.
like I said, I haven't even been trading for a year. What's it been like? 10 months, probably 8 months. So
Yeah,
I still don't have even me. I don't have enough experience. So sometimes I get confused when to move my stop to break even. So I just kind of go with intuition and from my personal back testing, what I've realized. So sometimes it might
exactly,
not be the same as
exactly,
yours, but if it works for me, it's still the same
exactly.
model.
Because you know what should happen in a win. Like
Yeah.
like okay, the market shouldn't pull back here.
Like if we
I'm
get a
gonna go to
slight
break.
pullback, but we left equal highs, let's say, and I'm still in the trade, I'll be like,
You'll
all right,
hold.
I'm gonna hold it a little bit, and if we don't run through these equal highs, then I know that it shouldn't be stalling this much to get to the next point. So I'll
Exactly,
just move to break
exactly.
even there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And what prop firms have you traded with?
So I traded Top Step originally because a friend of mine from high school, because I'm 19, so a friend of mine from high school just what's it called? Put me onto Top Step, and he taught me how to make the
Yeah,
accounts and all that.
yeah,
I got a payout from them. Like I said, that was my first payout.
yeah,
And then recently you did a free stream on CPI or whatever it was.
yeah, yeah.
That I said, you know what? Why not? Let me just buy 4 Apex accounts just because I've never used Apex. So I'll be honest, even until now, I'm confused. So I bought that. I passed one of them because
Yeah.
the other ones, like my orders got messed up. Same thing that was happening to you was happening to me. So I was like, whatever.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
right
yeah.
now I have one eval on Apex, one eval on Top Step, and a funded on Apex. So I
Okay,
kind of trade
cool.
both, like mixed.
All right, and do you copy trade them at all, or
No, no, I don't copy trade them.
no?
Because me
Okay,
personally, for example, I don't want to copy trade Apex and Top Step because they have different rules. And then on
that
top of
makes
that,
sense.
I use different risk management when it comes to my evals compared to my funded. Like on Apex, on my funded, I only need to get to $2,600 and 10 trading days to get a payout of 2,000, right? Because of the rules that they
Yeah,
have. But
yeah.
on my eval, like for example, on my funded, I trade MNQ. On my eval, I trade NQ. So I don't want to copy trade two different things and then get
Yeah,
confused.
I agree. So if you know you're profitable, that's what you start. I size hover an eval for sure. Um, so that's a good.
And on
If you're
top of
not
that, it's like
profitable,
I'm
it's not worth
profitable,
it.
but at
But
the same time, I don't have the exact same experience that you have. So
yeah,
I'm profitable, but I'm not like that millionaire trader that you see on Instagram. I'm still like a normal
yeah,
person that's still learning. I just
yeah,
got it
yeah,
quicker.
yeah. Exactly. No, that's
Mhm.
good. Some people get it quicker. Some people get it slower. And would you say it was easy learning my strategy,
I would say like the
or did it take
iFVG
some
as a
time?
whole.
Yeah.
Um, for me personally, it was once it actually clicked in my head. But at the very start, learning about fair value gaps and this and that and the
It's
reactions,
so much.
it was confusing. And the one thing I don't struggle with it anymore like that. Some days I'll get it wrong, but the main thing that I've struggled with when I first started was daily bias. That was like the one thing because, for example, the daily could say one thing, the 4 hour tells me a different thing, the 1 hour looks bearish because we're bouncing off of a fair value gap. So that was
Yeah.
like the one thing that I really had to like get over the bridge on. But
Yep.
the strategy as a whole, once it clicks in your head, and the people that are watching this, if they download your PDF, which I recommend it as well, I promise you, look at the chart and look at the PDF, and it'll align and click in your head. Just don't
Okay.
overthink it. That's like my one tip if I was to give a tip.
Yeah. What's your biggest losing streak been?
Damn, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it was like this September.
Really?
It was I went first week of September, all 5 red days, and then that Monday, so 6 days, 6 trading days. But I still ended up like up maybe like $300-400 because like I said, since it's on a funded and all that, I don't risk heavy, so I don't make thousands of dollars a day. But I make
Yeah.
enough to the point that I'm 19, I don't have to pay bills or anything, so I'm grateful for that. And I'm working on other licenses, for example, like insurance and all that.
Yeah.
So I make enough to where I can support myself and have the car that I have and all that at 19.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, this interview is gonna be scrapped because you don't have a Lamborghini. I'm sorry.
All right. I hope a BMW Z4 is enough though.
Oh, that's a good car. That's a good car.
I mess with the Corvette too. You live
Yeah,
in Florida. I'm in Miami. So
Really?
if you ever want to take car pictures, you know, I can DM you privately and see if you like it enough to be worthy to take a car picture if you want. But
Hey, I'm so down. I'm so down. I'm so
we
down.
can keep in touch in DMs if you want on Discord or whatever's fine with you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm down. What would your biggest piece of non-financial advice to someone just getting into this or learning or struggling to get a payout, you know?
So my biggest piece of non-financial advice would probably be to not overthink it. Because a lot
Okay.
of people say that the people that know the least about trading would be the most successful in trading because if you're thinking about a break and retest, a breakout, whatever stupid patterns people do of the bull flag, support and
Yeah.
resistance.
As long as you manage your risk, though.
Yeah,
You know.
risk management, in my opinion, is the key because, for example, like I said, I had a six trading day losing streak, and I still ended up green on the month. If I didn't know what I was doing controlling my risk, and especially since on the iFVG you don't use a stop loss, so
Yeah.
sometimes it can run up or more. So what I personally like to do is I measure, like in a YouTube video that you said, you can draw 3 lines. I don't do that, but you can draw 3 lines.
You
This would
kind
be
of generalize it.
yeah. So I go to the
Yeah.
middle line and I'll say, okay, let's say I want to risk 250, and the middle line will tell me I'm risking 200. Then I'll risk 200 because if it closes below that, I know I'll still be in my 250 range.
Exactly
So
what I'm doing. Exactly
yeah,
what I
yeah,
do. Cool.
that's
Yeah,
what I do.
cool. All right. Yeah, cool. That's awesome. This is such a good interview.
I feel like it's relatable to a lot of people because it's kind
Yeah.
of like on the same boat.
No, this definitely is. I'm gonna have to think of a good title for this interview, but dude, that's awesome, man. So I appreciate you coming on. That's really all I got. And
I appreciate you for having me. I honestly didn't
yeah,
think you would DM me back.
yeah, no problem. And whose code do you use for Apex?
Go Dodgy for 80% off
Yes.
evals, 1 day passing, $35 resets. Come on now.
Yes, sir.
Come on now.
Yes, sir. All right. Hey, that's gonna be it for now. I'll see you later, man.
All right, bro. You have a good one.
All right. Yeah, you too. See you. Okay, dude, that's so relatable to a lot of people. Like, he's not trying to go for Lamborghini. He's trying to, like, he's making a good living for himself. It's awesome. Very, you don't see a lot. The thing is, dude, it took me so long to get profitable because I didn't have any of this stuff, like I didn't have this PDF and all that stuff. This guy, like, he had everything, and he said the PDF helped for him. So again, if you want to download it, just link in the description for that if you don't already have it. And other than that, it's really just managing risk. You heard him say he took 6 days losing in a row. That's awesome, and he's still green for a month because he was managing his risk. So, honestly, super super good. And yeah, that's really all I got. Peace.